Money is one of the biggest sources of stress in the world. In fact, studies show that financial worries consistently rank higher than work stress, relationship stress, or even health worries. And here's the misconception. People think you have to get rich to stop stressing about money, but that's not true. Financial stress isn't just about how much you earn. It's about how you manage what you have, how you think about money, and how you take action. In this video, I'll share 5 proven ways to cope with financial stress so you can feel more in control even if your situation isn't perfect right now. These are practical, real-world tips you can start using today. Tip 1. Get clear on the numbers. One of the biggest stress amplifiers is uncertainty, not knowing how much you owe. How much you spend, or how much you actually have creates constant anxiety. People avoid looking at their accounts because they're scared of what they'll see, but avoidance only makes the stress worse. Successful people face the numbers head on. That means tracking your income, your expenses, and your debts in one place. You don't need fancy software. A simple spreadsheet or even a notebook works. The act of writing it down gives you back control. For example, instead of thinking, I'm drowning in bills, you'll see, okay, my expenses are $400 more than my income each month. What can I change? Knowledge doesn't magically fix everything, but it turns fear into action. The first step in reducing financial stress is clarity. Tip 2, create a realistic budget you can stick to. Budgets get a bad reputation. People imagine them as restrictive, like a financial diet that makes life miserable. But a good budget isn't about punishment. It's about freedom. It tells your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. The key is to be realistic. If you cut everything fun, you'll give up in a month. Instead, prioritize your needs, housing, food, utilities, then allocate money for debt, savings, and yes, some enjoyment. Even $20 a month for something you love keeps your budget sustainable. Think of it like a roadmap. Without one, you drive aimlessly and burn fuel. With one, you know exactly where you're going, and that reduces stress immediately. Tip 3. Tackle one financial priority at a time. Another reason money stress feels overwhelming is that it all hits at once. Credit card debt, student loans, medical bills, savings, retirement. It's like trying to juggle 10 balls at the same time. The solution is focus. Pick one priority to tackle first. That might mean building a $500 emergency fund before worrying about retirement, or paying down the highest interest debt before the smaller ones. Here's an example. One family I worked with had multiple debts but no savings. Every surprise expense threw them into panic. We shifted their focus to saving just $1,000 as a buffer. Once that safety net was in place, their stress dropped dramatically, even though their debts were still there, because they finally felt some breathing room. When you focus on one thing, you build momentum and reduce that constant sense of being buried alive by money problems. Tip 4. Shift your money mindset. Financial stress isn't only about math, it's also about mindset. If every money thought is negative, I'll never get out of debt, I'm terrible with money, I can't afford anything, then even small progress won't feel like enough. Calm, resilient people flip the script. Instead of focusing on scarcity, they focus on what they can control. For example, instead of saying, I can't save, try, I can start with $10 a week. Instead of, I'll never pay off this debt, say, every payment gets me closer. This doesn't mean ignoring reality. It means reframing it. Positive money self-talk reduces stress and makes it easier to stick with good habits. Your mindset won't erase debt overnight, but it will stop money from controlling your emotions. Tip 5. Don't go through it alone. One of the worst mistakes with financial stress is trying to handle it in silence. People feel ashamed, so they keep their struggles secret. That isolation makes the stress 10 times heavier. The truth is, you're not alone, and there's real help available. Talking to a financial advisor, joining a budgeting community online, or even just confiding in a trusted friend can make a huge difference. Sometimes just hearing, I've been there too, is enough to reduce the weight. And remember, many banks, employers, and community organizations offer free financial counseling. Seeking advice isn't a sign of weakness. It's a smart move that successful people use to speed up their progress. When you share the load, the problem doesn't magically disappear, but the stress becomes lighter because you don't feel like you're carrying it alone. In conclusion, financial stress is tough, but it doesn't have to rule your life. The key is action. You don't need to fix everything overnight. Even one small step, like writing down your expenses or setting aside your first $20 in savings, can lower your stress right away. So, which of these 5 tips will you start with today? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to know. And if this video was helpful, hit subscribe for more practical strategies to stress less, prevent burnout, and take back control of your life. Because while money may always be part of life, financial stress doesn't have to be.